With Harry Kane potentially staying at Spurs and him being only owned by 14% of FPL managers, we need to start considering him as an FPL option. And in this video, I have built the best Haaland plus Kane draft that honestly looks delicious. So in this video, I'm going to reveal that. So make sure you do drop a like and smash that subscribe button. We're aiming for 7k before game week 1 deadline. So without further ado, let's get into this FPL draft. Now, of course, accommodating Harry Kane in our FPL drafts means that we need to make sacrifices along the way in certain positions. But one of those areas that we don't need to is Onana between the sticks. You guys know that I am very bullish on Onana as an FPL option. We can go down to a 4.5 million. So if you do see this draft, you like what you're seeing, but you think, I need a little bit of cash available, you can downgrade Onana to probably Sam Johnson of Crystal Palace to free up the funds. But I love Onana. I think he's going to be great on the bonus points. Fixtures long term are quite good, and I'm hoping he can rack up those saves alongside the bonus points to give us some decent returns as an FPL goalkeeper. Moving into defence, and again, we don't need to make any sacrifices with these defenders. We got Chilwell, we got Gabriel, and we got Estupiñán, three of the most popular picks in the community right now. Again, you can slightly change this team. You could do John Stones instead of Chilwell if you're not that bullish on him as an option. Again, those that checked out our most recent FPL Game Week 1 draft reveal, I am so bullish on Chilwell as an option from Game Week 1 and beyond. He is going to be in my team, and I really like him in this Harry Kane plus Erling Haaland draft. And Estupiñán and Gabriel, for me, are just simply very safe options that offer real high upside with the fixtures and the attacker returns that Estupiñán in particular does provide. Now, going into the midfield, this is where the sacrifices have had to be made in order to accommodate Harry Kane in our FPL drafts. We've been able to keep both Rashford and Saka, which I would deem the priority midfielders if you are having to kind of slightly structure your midfield differently. Try and keep these two in your team. They're the best of Man United and the best of Arsenal from both a minutes perspective and a goal threat perspective. So I think this midfield looks good if you go for that route. And I've gone for Mbeumo at 6.5 million and another 6.5 million in Eze. Now, of course, there are other options available, Mitoma and Diaby. I'm going to come on to a minute and why I've avoided Mitoma for this midfield selection, as I've gone for another Brighton player. Hint, hint, he is a forward. But with Mbeumo in training right now, it looks like he is going to be available for game week 1. And I think the long-term fixtures for Mbeumo and Brentford are fantastic. And the more I look at it at 6.5 million, the more I think, why wouldn't I buy the player that has great fixtures, plays as basically a forward and is on penalties? He has so many more routes to points. And realistically, when we consider an FPL player, very, very hard to not go for that player. So right now, Mbeumo is top of the tree at the 6.5s. And I also really like Eze at 6.5 million. Him and Diaby are very close. But we know with Eze, we are getting the talisman in that Crystal Palace team, who's also on penalties and basically takes every single set piece in the absence of Elise. I think he's a really good option. My one doubt is Crystal Palace as a whole. How are they going to do under Roy Hodgson going into a second season? But otherwise, I really like the balance of this midfield. Yes, we don't have an 8 million Martinelli or a 7.5 million option, but this could be a long-term hold, this midfield. Okay, then moving into the forwards, and of course we have Erling Haaland. I don't really need to discuss that pick right now in this team. He is pretty much essential unless you are one of the 14% of managers that is going against him. But we get the best of both worlds going for this FPL draft as we get the other fantastic forward option in Harry Kane. Now, of course, at 14% ownership, this is an unbelievable differential. But I understand why FPL managers aren't going there, because it sometimes can be difficult to accommodate both Haaland and Kane into your draft when there's so many brilliant midfielders in the game. But if you are a manager that wants to go slightly different, I don't think you need to take it to the full extreme to get rid of Haaland and bring in Kane. I think with this draft here, you can have both and you get the best of both worlds. Now at 14%, Harry Kane is one of the best differentials in the game, period. This is a consistent performer year in, year out. 263 points last season, 192 the year before, and it's worth noting he played less minutes that time. The year before that, 242 points. And look, the returns, 30 goals, 9 assists, 17 goals, 11 assists, 23 goals, 14 assists. And some of that period was under Antonio Conte, one of the most negative managers around. He is playing in a system under Ange where I don't think he necessarily suits the team as this kind of forward, but they are definitely going to get more shots and more goals in this season. And realistically, could we see Harry Kane get another 30-goal season? I would not put it out of the realms of possibility at all. He's on penalties and on guaranteed minutes. And if you are not necessarily bullish on Bruno Fernandes or Martinelli, I think this draft is absolutely for you. And a Haaland plus Kane draft looks fantastic on paper. And looking at the Spurs fixtures as well, yes, the opening few are a little bit tricky, but then Bournemouth, Burnley and Southampton between game weeks 3 and 5, you know no one else is really going to have the combination of Haaland plus Kane over that period, and that could be the ultimate time to really get an advantage over the rest of the field. So let me know your thoughts on Kane in your drafts. Last forward in this is João Pedro at 5.5 million. He is the enabler that kind of makes this team. We're a little bit reliant on his minutes being good, but I do think he is going to get some decent game time in the opening 3 weeks. He's the penalty taker in this team, it is worth noting as well. We saw Pascal Gross on the field and João Pedro still took the penalty, which is really positive news. And he looked great in pre-season, so I think he could offer brilliant value. And again, it's the reason why I haven't gone for Matoma in the midfield, as João Pedro offers us that Brighton attacking potential. So let me know your thoughts on that front line in the comments. Moving into the bench, and of course we haven't been able to spend big here. We've got Areola in goal, but it is worth noting if Matt Turner gets his move to Nottingham Forest, he will be the best 4 million goalkeeper in the game. Henry at 4.5 million. This team allows us to have a 4.5 million defender, so you can take your pick. You can go Henry, you could go for a double Chelsea and Colwell, or you could go for someone like a Pau Torres at Aston Villa. I'm just leaning towards Henry as the fixtures of Brentford are fantastic, and I think he is just a great FPL option in general. Anderson is the 4.5 million midfielder. Yes, he will get rotated at Newcastle, but I think he will start the season, and he has had a brilliant pre-season. And Kabore, the 4 million defender that is in pretty much everybody's team, well, in the community it seems. He is a great option at left wing back in this Luton team. They won't keep clean sheets, but he is going to start and is a great enabler for the rest of this draft. Yes guys, okay, that's going to wrap up today's Haaland plus Kane FPL draft. I really want to know your thoughts in the comments. I am not going to go down this route because I think the midfielders are too good value, but honestly, I think this is a draft that you need to consider for your teams because Harry Kane is such a proven FPL option, and it's just such a great way of going different to the other FPL managers. As I know some of you watching right now don't want to go template, and this might be the route to go for. So let me know if you are going down this route in the comment section. I'll be really interested to know. And that just leaves me to say thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you do drop a like and smash that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Cheers.